Very important as well to make mention of the NRLW Grand Final. That's actually being held on Sunday, which is why we haven't been previewing it today, between the Dragons and the Roosters up at Redcliffe.
Up at Redcliffe, yeah, and you'll have full coverage of that on Monday and all of the wash-up from that. All right, thank you very much, Tony. There's one thing we've learned about Charles, is don't mess with him.
Yeah, I didn't even mess with him.
No, you didn't even.
Just very, very, very polite question. I thought my manner was quite nice.
It was.
Got driven by.
Yeah, he is dry. All right, let's check in with Michael, because Michael, we're wrapping up a week of you being on the road. You've been from northern New South Wales, travelled through all of those flood-prone areas, or flooded areas, I should say, to coal country. You've ended up in Sydney. It's been quite the journey for you this week as we head into the election campaign.
It has been quite the journey. I've learnt a lot, and hopefully our viewers have learnt a lot as well, about the key issues confronting voters in wide swathes of New South Wales, and of course as well, and talking about the rain and the floods here in Sydney, that ongoing flood recovery process in the northern rivers of New South Wales, in Lismore and Ballina, and that is the story that we will stay right across in the weeks and months ahead. It's been a great week. Thank you for all the correspondence, but I think my favourite bit of correspondence is coming just this morning from Bronwyn Saunders. It is a drawing by her 10-year-old daughter Xanthi of me outside the harbour here in front of the Harbour Bridge. And I think Xanthi has got a very special talent. The likeness is just brilliant in my personal opinion.
She's got the hairline, right?
Yeah, and I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's a tall, dashing reporter doing his thing in front of the Harbour Bridge. Young, no wrinkles. It's fantastic. So Xanthi, if you're watching, or Bronwyn, your mum, keep them coming in.
Well done, Xanthi. Michael, it's been so great having you out there. I know we've had so many people writing into us saying just how much they've loved your reporting on the road this week, and highlighting those really important issues and areas as we go into this campaign. So I hope that you've got a bit of a relaxing weekend before you're back on Monday.
Relaxing weekend, yes, and we've been talking about election date speculation. One date I can confirm is that I'll be back in the studio on Monday, so looking forward to seeing you all then. Have a great weekend, guys.
Thanks, Michael. You have a great weekend too. What is in store for the weekend, actually, Nate?
We've got more wet weather on the way. Actually, I'm keeping an eye on what's happening right now in terms of the flooding around Sydney. Wallachia Weir the waters have just been creeping up there, and it's now sitting just below the major flood level of 11 metres. The last report from the start of the hour at 10.6 there, it looks like it's going to get to major flooding there. The Nepean, the Hawkesbury, both rivers, well, it's the same river, dealing with that flooding through the day today. But further afield, some of the rivers are starting to ease, which is good news. Take a look at the maps, because we've been watching this rainfall over New South Wales, hundreds of millimetres for some in the last 24 hours, up around Broken Bay particularly. Also pretty big falls just around Wollongong. But for Sydney itself, the worst of the rainfall has eased. Further inland, though, we're expecting lots more stormy weather through the day today. Now, there is a road weather alert current for Sydney. That visibility and the flooded roads making it very dangerous out there. Now, in the outlook, we are expecting the skies to clear as we get into early parts of next week. But then Tuesday onwards, some more wet weather, another burst for New South Wales. Southern parts of WA also looking at some pretty big falls. But for New South Wales, still 100, 150 millimetres on the way for some. Sydney, maybe 20 for the gauges today. 22 will be the top with showers, maybe a storm. Some falls in Brisbane as well. Canberra's also looking at the potential for 20 millimetres. It's a fine one for Hobart, Melbourne and Adelaide. Perth, a couple of showers maybe for you, 26. None for Darwin though, 34 there. You will get some wet and stormy weather returning probably next week, I reckon.
Thanks very much, Nate. And thank you guys for keeping me company on the big couch. I wish we could have you here, but COVID doesn't permit.
No.
I'll be off next week. I'm going to my dad's postponed 70th birthday from 2 years ago. Yeah, so that'll be great. I'll leave you with some pictures from Sydney. Have a lovely weekend wherever you are.